Hi, my name is Chandler Kellogg. I teach in South Nashville at Glencliff High School. And this is my unit on To Kill a Mockingbird and also some prep for the English ACT exam. So, this is a little bit about what we're going to learn. Well, before I start that, let's talk about this. Let's talk about my students. My students are mainly Hispanic men, and I teach in the Engineering Academy at Glencliff High School. And probably about 80% boys, which 80% 10th grade boys. Just imagine if that was your life. I'm sure going to love them. But they're great, and mainly ELL, and there's students from all across the world, but once again, mainly Hispanic, so Spanish speaking, and I speak Spanish for the most part, so we can discuss that, and that's good. And also, I have some Arabic students, Egyptian students, Black students, the whole thing. So all types of fun kids in my class. So this is what we're going to learn for this unit. We're going to learn about To Kill a Mockingbird. So here is a little trailer for To Kill a Mockingbird. Race relations in the South during Jim Crow, which was a interesting time to be alive, to, as an understatement. And then we're talking about ACT English strategies. Woohoo! And this guy's actually really good. And this is actually fantastic stuff right here. And I wish I had it when I was a kid. And also that why the film's different than the novel. So we're going to go into what we're going to talk about this. This is a cute little video. It's nice. It's fun. So this is what we're going to learn about. We're going to learn that you got to know the history to understand literature. It is what it is. You got to know how to objectively discuss viewpoints that are different, and discuss your own viewpoints with some objectivity, and not get hurt about it when your feelings get hurt. All right, and you got to know how why artists use different mediums to talk about the same topic. And we're going to learn some ACT English reading strategies. So the standards we're going through, we're going to look at some seminal U.S. documents, such as letters from Birmingham jail and how they address different themes. We're going to respond to diverse perspectives and summarize agreements and disagreements. And we're also going to analyze a key scene into different mediums. So that's what we're going to do. Next. Let's see. So that's going to be what you will learn. You'll notice there's no contact info on here because this is made for a blended learning environment in which I'll be able to proctor and probe and question and all that great stuff if they have a question. So, pre-reading we're going to do a web quest, and this web quest is awesome. So once again, it talks about, hey, it's a different thing back then in the South in the 1930s. And normally what I would do at this time is I would bring out a yearbook from the 1960s from Glencliff High School, and hey, you see that chair you're sitting in? Well, you more than likely most of my students have they look brown like me. They have brown skin, and back then it was just white and black, just like the TV. And they see freshman class all white, sophomore class all white, junior class all white, senior class all white. And there are 3 black people that worked at the school back then. It was both janitors who have to be black and a black lunch lady, and that was it. Now we talk about all sorts of social justice issues, the fact that there's a lot of just ridiculous days, and it was sad, but it happened, and you got to talk about it if you really want to understand the book. So we do talk about that, and we use this web quest, which is a fantastic resource. And here it is. So Jim Crow laws. We talk about the Great Depression and Harper Lee and Plessy v. Ferguson and all the other nonsense stuff that was going on during that time, which is a lot of craziness. Even Harper Lee was a bunch of craziness too, but that's a different subject. Moving on, back to pre-reading, we're going to talk about letters from Birmingham jail, which is brilliantly written and fantastic, and a very important piece to American history. And this certain excerpt was the Lexile is around the 6th grade level of reading, and my students read from anywhere from 3rd to 8th grade. So I try to keep it at middle school level. There are some bigger words in it, which may trip them up a little bit, but we got this right here, so we're all good on that. And then we're going to answer a few little questions and do this assessment with some multiple choice questions and also some short answer essay questions. There'll be more multiple choice here, but this is just a snippet of what it would look like. So we're going to go back here, and then we're going to go right to the book. Let's do it, baby. I'm ready. What we got here? Okay, so we're going to talk about resources because this is a huge issue in my school where I'm like, hey kids, go out and buy the book, and then they don't. And a lot of it's because they're just lazy. But they're like, I can't afford it. Nah. And that's true. Some of them can't, and that's sad. And it is a unfortunate reality of where I work. However, guess what? You don't have an excuse anymore because here it is right here in a PDF version. So it's all there. So I don't hear excuses anymore. Great. Here's the movie, which they can go watch in full. And they click on that, or I think it pops up here. And then they can go to the play, which is also on YouTube. Fantastic. Oops. And then we are going to do some discussions on different viewpoints. We're going to read chapters 1 through 3 in To Kill a Mockingbird. And 2, we're going to watch these videos to establish new perspectives. So we're going to read it, and we're going to analyze it and summarize it in our brains and say, this is what happened. And you said, oh, really? That's what happened. Okay, let's look at what these teachers have to say. And sort of the idea is that this is 3 different analyses from 3 different teachers. And these teachers give their summary and analysis throughout the totality of the book. So, hey, you don't like this guy? That's fine. No offense taken. Check out this dude. And this dude's actually really good. I like this guy a lot. You can check out this dude. Let's see what he has to say. Come on, YouTube. Yes, and this guy, yeah. This dude's a bomb. I would fire myself and hire this guy. Alright, this right here, which is someone else, and she's a little more dry, but, you know, it is what it is. You might like her more, but she's good. She's still good. A little dry, but good. Come on, YouTube. And then there's this as well. And all these links are down here, too, which I didn't learn how to hyperlink in this program because obviously you saw at the beginning I did it, but I did that there, and it happened here, and I don't know why, but it just is what it is. Life goes on. And here's a dude who's a little bit younger. He talks too much, but whatever. And he's not really that insightful. But hey, this is teenagers we're talking about here, so they may like him. And you know what? Go for it. All right. So discuss these 3 chapters from diverse points of view, and which teacher did you gravitate towards and why? And this is trying to maybe go back on a deeper zeitgeist of kind of where we are in the technological world, where students can actually kind of choose their teachers, which I believe is the future, where students get to actually choose who they wish to learn from, or they're going to get to have a grab bag of, hey, I want this person, that person. Cool. Guess what? That's what this is right here. Sweet. All right, and they're going to discuss one point that they agree with and one point that they disagree with, and then they're going to respond to 2 other classmates' posts. And this goes back to the standard about summarizing what someone said and discussing it with civility and yada, yada, yada. Here's the book again for convenience. Going back to this, and then we're going to talk about this. Book play discussion. And they're going to, this is the standard for analyzing a work with 2 key mediums, and the 2 key mediums are book and play. And there's the play down here. They're going to compare and contrast the court scene in different mediums and what was emphasized or omitted from each account, and why would the artist choose to do this given the medium, play, or book. I did not mean this is an accident. And so they're going to look at that and say, hey, a play is different from a book. Why? Well, obvious reasons, but they're in 10th grade, so they don't realize that yet. And they're going to talk about it. And then we go back. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. This is just a snippet, though. Then we're going to the ACT. We're going to take a diagnostic, which is right here. Which, come on. Here we go. Oh, yeah. And it's timed. I love you, Schmoop. Look at this. The clock's a ticking. You got 36 seconds per question, kids. Have fun. And so that's what they do. And, oh, yeah, you're going to read this? Cool. That's a waste of time. Don't do that. So they're going to waste a lot of time. They're going to do really poorly on this. And I'm going to say, great. That's called learning opportunity. And we're going to do that. So then they're going to do that. And it's just going to be a rude awakening, probably. But it's a great learning experience. And that's why we're talking about it. So it is what it is. And so we're going to talk about Schmoop and how it targets what you need to work on, and it goes through your strengths and weaknesses for you. and it also makes me be a little more lazy, which I like. And we're going to talk about how a 19 is the average score for a Tennessee high schooler, but we want 21 because 21 equals money, and I like money, and so do you. So that's where we're going to get good on the ACT, and we're going to do that because the ACT is super important. And I've learned that if you focus on the ACT, this is a test of maximum difficulty. So if we get good on this, we get good on everything, and it kind of does that for us. So after they do that, Shmoop is going to tell them, hey, you suck at this and you're great at this. Well, cool. We're going to identify 3 areas that we need to improve on, and we're going to identify 3 strategies that we could use to better our score. So it's a little reflection time, and there's going to be a lot to reflect on. So that's good. That's a good thing. We're learning. Next, we're going to do the final exam. Dun, 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 unit test. And I previously showed this to you, other video, I believe. So that's that, and they're going to enter this code and do the whole thing, and they're going to do great on it because I'm a fantastic teacher. All right, I think that's it, and if you have any questions, holler, and if not, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas break and enjoy it. I sure will enjoy it. And oh yeah, look at this picture with Tom and Atticus. That's a good one. Anyway,